What's up? I'm NyVo. Happy New Year. I'm in a new location in Illinois I moved to, and I was in California, so it's quite the trek in the Tesla with two cats. But I made it, and I'm here, and I wanted to start off just doing a follow-up video from the Headphone Show. Did a video today talking about their picks of what they would actually buy themselves at different price points, and I just wanted to give my impressions of what I would pick. And if there's something that I thought was kind of crazy from them, then I'm just going to give my opinion on that too. I guess let's get started. At the $200 price point, I picked the AirPods Pro Rev 2, which is the same thing that Chrono picked. But if it had to be a headphone, I was going to pick the HE400 SE plus the iFi ZenCan, which nobody else really picked. But if I was using it for gaming, I would not pick that. I'd pick the Tiger 300R plus the iFi Air DAC. That'd be my pick. So it's kind of like rough prices. It's not, exact $200 that they said, kind of like give or take. At this price point, did anyone say anything that I thought was really bad? No, I think they're all decent choices. Now at the $500 price point, I picked the Hi-Fi Man XS. And so did Golden Sound. We both picked the same thing. And of course, this doesn't leave room for an amp or a DAC, but you can buy it later. So I would, if it was me personally, I'd buy the Hi-Fi Man XS and then buy the rest later. As for things at this price point that they picked that I personally would not pick the 6XX and Little Dot MK2 like DMS suggested. I have never heard the Blessing to Dusk, which is probably the most popular headphone that I have never heard. And I definitely would not pick the Sandara and Atom Stack that Chrono suggested. And Resolve picked the HD 600 and Atom Stack, and that's kind of like an okay choice. But I think instead of Resolves and DMS's picks with the 6XX and Little Dot and HD 600 and Atom Stack, I would actually do a HD 650 Black Silk and Bottlehead Crack. That's what I would pick. It's like not exactly $500, but pretty close. At the $1,000 price point, so I'd still pick the Hi-Fi Man XS, but this time I'd add the KN iHa 6. I think that'd be a decent enough upgrade. And let me see what they picked. So DMS picked the LCD2 Classic and Atom Stack, and I would not pick that. That's one of my least favorite headphones, and it actually makes me sick. I don't know if there's unit variation, but the one that I heard was really, really bad. Probably one of the worst headphones I've heard. I've never heard the Helios from, which was Precognition's pick, or the Meze 109 Pro. I've never heard that, so don't know. Resolve picked the LCD2F with 2021 pads, and I have not heard that. So I've heard the older one. So at the $2,000 price point, I picked the HE1000 V1 with a Sony TA N86. Who else picked something that I definitely do not agree with? I think they were all decent choices. DMS picked the Focal Clear with the Dark Voice and NFB11. I think that's kind of a fun pick, even though I wouldn't personally do it. U12T is kind of it's a safe pick. HD 800S, I would pick the HD 800 over that, but I guess HD 800S is a little bit less chain picky, so maybe, but I don't know. I think the HE 1000 V1 definitely beats it. Unless you're gaming, then I would switch to HE 800. Golden Sound didn't pick a $2,000 one. At the $5,000 price point, I would pick Susvara, but you can't. It doesn't really fit the price point because you do need an expensive chain for it to sound good. So my actual pick, and they said it could be anything audio related, not just headphones or IMs. So I picked my actual speaker amp, which is a Kenwood L08M. And I'm using eStat speakers from Martin Logan, which are Accent 2s. And that's what I would pick. And I'm using Rail T9i subwoofers. Who else answered this? Golden Sound picked the Caldera. I have not heard that, so I don't know. And no one else really answered at the $5,000 price point. For the price no object, I picked the Hi-Fi Man Shangri-La Senior, the Dave plus M Scaler plus 3ES Elite for Move Audio, or speakers is what I put. And I think what I would really do if I was like really price no object is I would actually pick club speakers like from Void Acoustics. If you go to like some really good clubs, that's usually the speakers that they use. It's like a Tri-Air or something. I forgot the name of it, but anytime I'm at a club and they have those speakers, I know it's going to be a good time. So that's what I would actually pick. It's not really an audiophile pick. But yeah, if it was going to be an audiophile pick, I'd probably pick the Shangri-La Senior. If I'm criticizing my own list, and every single price point, I did pick Hi-Fi Man in one way or another. So I guess you could say a Hi-Fi Man fan, but really that's actually what I'd actually pick. So I'm not sponsored by anybody. It's just my personal opinions. And for other people's picks, DMS picked Atmos Magnepans for price no object. He said 10 Magnepans in the Atmos. And I'm not sure if that would be good or not. I never heard that, but I would imagine there'd be a lot of phase issues, but I can't say for sure. And he said for headphones, he'd pick HD600 plus Caldera plus Utopia plus Nautilus. I think it's kind of a fun setup to have multiple headphone setups. So I kind of like that idea. Chrono picked HE1 and Sasfara. I don't disagree with that. Golden Sound picked Shangri-La Senior, like me, but this time was with A1C10 and a Trafo or a Pirio. And I don't disagree, except that I have heard the Shangri-La Senior with the A1C10 and a Trafo. And it was probably the same exact chain, probably at the after party of Can Jam. And it's definitely nowhere near as good as the Shangri-La Senior on the chain that I'd heard it on, which is Dave plus M Scaler plus 3ES Elite. So maybe he just needs to try it on more things. I think he would be blown away if he heard that combination. Resolve picked a Toyota Camry and a Vocal Utopia car speakers, which it's kind of a funny option, but like sure, car stereo, that's fun because maybe you commute a lot. I personally don't. I work from home. But man, dude, pick a better car. Toyota Camry? Come on, man. Price no objects. Like you could have a Bugatti. All right, so I mentioned the Olina video that I was going to give away an Olina, and I think it's about time to do that. So I'm going to scramble through the list of people who have subscribed and then just give this away to somebody. I'm going to put in the comments if you want or not. And let's say if you don't reply within like 3 days, then I'll just move on to the next person, and then that'll be in the comments. So look out for that. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.